Welcome to the Reconnection Club podcast, the show that helps parents heal troubled relationships with their adult sons and daughters. I'm your host, psychotherapist Tina Gilbertson. Each week, I'll offer you compassion, clarity, and personal development tips designed to help you reconnect, not only with your child, but with yourself. Now let's get started. In episode 203, I explored the topic of different values. And while those often cause friction in relationships, I suggested that how those differences are handled is by far more impactful than the differences themselves. But just concentrating on handling differences well may not be enough to forge the relationship you truly desire with your adult child or children. You don't want that relationship to be defined by a difference in values. So today I want to talk about some of the other factors that strengthen reconciled relationships and help hold them together, even in the presence of differences that have to be thoughtfully managed. Sometimes, in addition to mismatched values, there's a lack of glue in the parent-adult-child relationship. That is, a lack of something that sticks you together despite the values or beliefs that separate you. So if different values are making it hard to connect, a reasonable question to ask is, what else is there to your relationship besides those different values? What is there that connects you? In my Toastmasters Club that I mentioned in episode 203, members were divided along political, religious, and cultural lines, but we shared the common values of communication and personal development. We joined the club to improve ourselves, to help each other, and to become part of something that gave us a sense of pride and a feeling of belonging. In short, we shared a pursuit of personal growth, specifically through public speaking and leadership, and we bonded over that. Families don't usually have such a clear mandate, and in some families, the absence of shared goals or interests, combined with differences in political, religious, or cultural values, leaves precious few avenues for connection. If this feels true in your family, there might be potential connectors that are already present but underappreciated and underutilized. In other cases, more of these may need to be developed over time. And please listen closely to this very important disclaimer. Contact of any kind is a Step 3 activity on the Roadmap to Reconnection described in episodes 97 through 99. If you're not in Step 3 right now, don't take the actions I'm about to suggest, because doing so prematurely could actually do more harm than good. Having said that, here are some forms of glue that help to strengthen the bond in any relationship, and particularly with your adult child or children once you're in the reconciliation phase. Number 1, having fun together. When I talk with parents unwillingly estranged from adult children, fun is understandably absent from the narrative. Estrangement feels so painful and so bleak that it tends to drain the joy from everything. But even when parents describe how they used to get together with their adult children, they don't always mention having fun together. Instead, they talk about how often they got together and how often they would like to get together again. But just getting together for the sake of getting together doesn't necessarily strengthen the bonds between people. Although rituals, like gathering on certain holidays, can be a type of glue for relationships, I suspect that ritual might be more supplemental than fundamental for bonding. And in families having difficulties, ritual may not always be enough to keep them connected, especially if they're not having fun when they're together. So, how do you bring fun to an estranged relationship? Well, first things first, you attempt to make repairs. Remember, contact is a Step 3 activity on the roadmap, and generally, so is having fun together. But once you get there, you can propose fun activities from time to time instead of just visits or phone calls. If necessary, you can have long-distance fun. For example, by taking a course or playing online games together, inviting them to an online book club, or occasionally sending funny things you come across that you know they'll appreciate. If you don't live in the same place, there are constantly evolving options for having fun together from a distance. Number 2, find and focus on shared values or interests. A Catholic mother and a gay son, for example, may share a core value of service, which could lead to volunteering together. A father born in India and a daughter raised in the U.S. may bond over a love of cooking. A family that's half sporty and half bookish might unify around board games, pets, travel. There are hundreds of hobbies and areas of interest to connect people who don't share all the same values. And there may be core values that are shared in your family, even when politics and religion don't match. For instance, knowledge may be valued by both liberals and conservatives. People of every religion and no religion can come together around core values like peace, health, and happiness. Sometimes connectors only become apparent when we start looking for them, so seek out those shared values and interests. Number 3, respect. As an emotion, respect is not a choice. We can't choose to feel respect for someone's values or opinions if we don't, any more than we could choose to fall in love with someone just because they have the right values for us. However, as a behavior, respect is a choice. We can choose to show respect by considering our words and tone when we speak, and by treating different beliefs as valid and important to our loved ones, even though we don't agree. Behaving respectfully creates connection because it shows people that we're not out to get them or put them down. Respect is a powerful connector, and its opposite is equally powerful. If you want to disconnect from someone, disrespect them. It works immediately. Somewhat related to respect is number 4, validation. If you've been listening to the podcast in order, you will already have heard my 4-part series on validation, episodes 198 through 201. Validation is a gift and a request for connection at the same time. So if you're not yet in step 3, or if your adult child isn't ready for a closer connection just yet, keep practicing those validation skills on yourself and others until they're ready. In addition to those 4 types of glue, families are also held together by rituals, as I indicated, and by a shared history. Rituals can be replaced, but a shared history has no substitute. And even though many family histories include times of hardship and pain and loss, the fact that you went through life together for years connects you even now when there's little to no contact between you. You will never lose that particular connection to your adult child or children, nor will they with you. Now it may be time to put the foundation in place for a new version of your relationship, one that includes the potential anyway for having fun together, enjoying your shared values, goals, or interests, demonstrating respect and validating emotions, sharing rituals, and adding new stories to your family history. Remember that all of this begins with you, strengthening your connection to yourself, learning to have fun again if you've forgotten how, knowing yourself and what you believe and what lights you up, cultivating self-respect and validating your own emotions, engaging in nurturing rituals and integrating this estrangement from your child or children into your own personal story so that you understand and take from it whatever you need to heal and grow. Your well-being can provide strong glue and good health for every connection, including the most important bonds in your life. Until next time, remember that you are a loving, lovable, and still growing human being. So please take good care of yourself. Bye for now. If you've enjoyed this episode of the Reconnection Club podcast, I invite you to check out reconnectionclub.com. The Reconnection Club is for parents at any stage of estrangement from their adult, child, or children. So whether you've just realized there's trouble between you, you've been living with estrangement for years, or you're newly reconciled but still walking on eggshells, the Reconnection Club is your essential resource for information, support, and continued personal growth. With our courses and workshops, expert interviews, monthly Q&A calls, and a friendly, active community, the Reconnection Club is a wonderful place to be for anyone suffering the pain of estrangement from an adult, child, or children. So check it out at reconnectionclub.com.